Through this channel, we've launched many successful programs like the Ivy League 101, the Research Bootcamp, the International STEM Research Program, all of which have ultimately helped students, whether international or domestic, get into their dream colleges in the US. So today, we're back with the Road to Success mentorship for this admission cycle, the fall 2026, where just 8 students are going to get selected. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the most common mistakes that students make when it comes to US college applications and how you can basically avoid them, because you guys are starting working on your entire application process, and I want to make sure that you put in your 100% best. So before I start, I want to know from you guys, drop this in the comments below. What's the most wow factor advice that you've received, whether it's from family, friends, relatives even, but basically something that you didn't know about US college applications and something that really helped you. So put that in the comments below so others can also benefit from it. The number one mistake that I see students making is not researching colleges enough before they actually apply, especially around their financial aid policies. Now, once students get into possibly some of their dream universities, they try to figure out how they can get substantial scholarships, which is not the case, because typically you have to apply for the scholarship before you get admission. After they admit you, you cannot ask them for aid. The other thing is just applying to dream universities and Ivy Leagues that have a single digit acceptance rate. This is also not a smart way to go about applying to US colleges. Now, this is where I'd like to introduce the Road to Success mentorship program, where each year this program occurs once and just up to 8 students are handpicked to get a month-long mentorship on that particular college admission cycle. So for this year, we're tackling fall 2026, and in this 1 month process, they take you through everything through live Zoom sessions, so no recorded videos or any of that. It's live sessions where you're working on your college applications, your scholarship applications, everything you need, from shortlisting colleges, working on your essays, activities, all of it together. The second mistake I see students making is using weak or very generic essays. Now, according to the college admissions policy on Common App, each student has to write one personal essay of about 750 words, and this essay has to be chosen from one of 7 different prompts. Now, I see a lot of students take this and start writing about why they chose a specific major like computer science or biomedical or mechanical engineering, or they'll just wrap up and summarize their entire life story, that this is everything that happened with me ever since I was born, right? Or even worse, they start writing a sob story, like this is everything that's wrong with my life, and start ranting about all of their problems. This is not the place to do that. The personal essay section is to highlight maybe a moment or an instance in your life that helped you shape who you are, or really gave purpose and shifted your perspective in some way. Now, through the Road to Success mentorship program, we have an essay writing workshop where we brainstorm the essays, we figure out which is the right prompt for you, and the best part, the whole drafting process is also reviewed. So for the entire 1 month of the program, you'll be working with an Ivy League mentor who will review your personal essay multiple times with unlimited revisions for that 1 month of mentorship that you're obtaining. The third one is misrepresenting or exaggerating your activities. Now, with all of the AI tools that are out there, it's very easy for students to put in a prompt and make the AI word your activities in 150 characters, which is what Common App asks you to do. But college admission officers see right through this. In fact, a lot of colleges have come out and even said that they have AI policies in place for ethics, and what they do when they actually get your application is run your entire application through AI detectors. And if you're using AI beyond a certain limit, it's probably going to result in a rejection. So to combat all of this, it's important that you stay ethical and actually true to what you're writing. Now, in the Road to Success mentorship program, the activities are obviously helped with for the 8 students that are selected. But not only that, you're also given examples of past activities and how students frame them to get inspiration and what that success looked like. So what type of activity did a student have to get into a certain college? And the same thing applies even for personal essays. So with these examples, students are able to take inspiration and work on their own application stuff. The next one is missing deadlines and documents. This is by far one of the most common mistakes that I've seen students make, because the whole US college application process takes 1 year, which means when you're starting class 12, you actually start applying. You don't have to wait until finishing your high school and writing your board exams, getting results in order for you to apply. So because of these deadlines, a lot of students either end up taking a gap year, or even worse, they're not sure about which deadline to apply because there's early decision, early action, regular decision, and it's all really, really overwhelming. Now, I've gone into the detail of all of these timelines and what it all means in the undergrad guidebook, so take a look at that if you haven't already. But in the Road to Success mentorship, we start ahead of time, and the entire mentorship is in the month of August and September to make sure that you're prepped for the first upcoming deadlines with the right school documents. So this deadline, which is aimed for the early action, is the one that most of the students miss because they're simply not ready. And by going through this mentorship, you're able to actually be prepared and apply first ahead of all of your competition. All right, the last but not the least are the scholarships and financial aid documents. Now, the biggest thing is the deadlines for a lot of these documents are different than the college application deadline, which is the number one mistake students make. They miss out on these deadlines. The next thing is you don't get a do-over. So because these forms are dependent on tax forms, your parents' income, a lot of students do like a guessing game, or they estimate and they end up putting the wrong numbers in these forms. Now, if you make this mistake, the colleges aren't going to ask you to fix them. They're simply going to either reject your application, or even worse, you get zero scholarship or aid. The Road to Success mentorship walks you through this entire scholarship, CSS profile, FAFSA, IFSA, all of these different forms, giving you a student dashboard so you have like sample answers to look at. You have someone to talk to get your questions clarified, and you're doing all of this under the guidance because you can only do it once, and it's important for you to do it right to get the maximum amount of scholarship or financial aid for the college that you're applying to. Students that have completed the Road to Success mentorship program have gotten into their dream universities, some Ivy Leagues, you have Notre Dame University, and even a lot of options in their within reach universities themselves. Now, the best part is, with whatever the priorities you have, we mold your application and apply to that particular set of colleges. Now, the program only happens once a year, which the applications are open for right now, and only 8 students are selected. So once those spots are filled, that's it, it's closed. There's no second batch or anything of that sort. So this is your chance. The link is going to be in the description below. Check it out. There is a very small application fee to apply, and if you get in, you'll hear back from the Blueprints team. Now, if you're watching till this point, hit the like button. Hopefully these mistakes made sense and you don't make these in your college application. Good luck to everyone applying this admission cycle, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.